We had learned that there were differences between the IRGC and the president of Iran, Masoud Pezeshkian. In fact, he came out and said that there was some chances of negotiations, but it was the IRGC that was trampling upon it. What an intel note that we've accessed here, and details of which we've accessed here, go on to show is that this statement that came in from Masoud Pezeshkian on mass volunteer sacrifice and Iranians being ready to die is evidence that IRGC has given its nod to not undertake any diplomacy, no negotiations. It's going to be a military standoff. The narrative is also being pushed by the IRGC that they do not want to be open to negotiations, that their commitment is to fight on Tehran's terms, like we've been discussing, that they will not negotiate at gunpoint. Now, this is seen as IRGC's victory. It's internal power struggles that we've seen with the president, but the final declaration that came in clearly seems to be that of the IRGC. This mosaic defense, or the doctrine that Iran follows, this model that they follow, it includes global fatigue, it includes oil disruptions and proxy actions, and that's exactly what we have seen. So, Colonel Rohit Dev, I want to ask you this. If the IRGC is the one that's taking the final call, will there be any room for negotiations? I mean, Donald Trump talks about a less radicalized, a more pliable negotiator that they seem to be talking to, but who are these people?
There is no question of any negotiations. Let me tell it very bluntly. IRGC is Iran, and till the time IRGC is Iran, there will be no negotiations. Right. The other part is to just add to the previous point about Israel and the United States. United States has gone into war for two reasons: to support an ally, the longest standing ally, Israel. So Israel and they have gone together. And second is the natural resources and assets and whatever alignment geopolitical they want to do. In that, if you remember last May, they again had gone for bombing Iran and called it a very nice show with the B-52s going over and hitting some nuclear facilities. They claimed to have taken off all nuclear capability of Iran. So today, after the regime change, the next chapter shift of the aim actually was nuclear capability. That time, and I could read, and probably you could have read as well from the body language of the Israelis that time, that they felt let down by the American, tom-tomming of a ceasefire. And they pushed for those couple of days an extra bit to hit the targets, because it was a joint effort to launch that operation with intelligence on the ground by the Mossad and the Israeli Defense Forces coordinating that attack.
Correct.
Same has happened in a surge even this time. Because when they initially went, after 6-7 days, they thought for an off-ramp. The off-ramp did not come because the NATO countries didn't align with Trump.
Yes.
And then now Trump has gone to phase 2 of his so-called ego. I'm not too sure if the Israelis will allow him an off-ramp without their objectives. You just heard on your channel, Ambassador Ruben Azar said very categorically, intent and capability. Israel understands no matter what you do, the biology and the ideology will not let the intent go away. So you have to so-called denude the capability that it does not rise, and even if it rises, it's under a supervision of the world and especially Israel to be hit much later if required again. So if you are looking at that capability, this entire 8 p.m. show should be focusing on denuding that capability. The best the Israelis have gained the intelligence in the last 14-15 days, because from Tehran, it's my understanding, Mossad had to step up and go beyond Tehran to the far reaches also to locate all these systems which Iran has.
Correct.
They have done it in the last 15-20 days.
So they are
now
not
is the time to
they are not going to give up no matter what
barrage.
Donald Trump says. Unfortunately, we're completely out of time.